For nearly 3 weeks, beginning in March of 1993, Cincinnati skies were riddled with reported unidentified flying objects. Reports coming in from Claremont County, Hamilton, and Fairfield reached a frenzied climax with the incident at the Lebanon and Warren Correctional Institutes on April 8th. But the story begins 6 hours earlier in nearby Waynesville, Ohio. Shortly after 8 p.m., a Waynesville resident allegedly observed an airborne object comprised of headlights in a triangular formation, hovering over Route 73. The witness reportedly observed the same object in the area 1 week earlier. The object was said to hover for an extended duration before slowly moving out of sight. Just hours after the first report in Waynesville, a second and independent witness claims to have had a frightening encounter. Returning home accompanied by several friends, the witness saw what they presumed to be an airplane approaching from a distance. The motorist reportedly observed in trepidation as the aircraft descended low overhead and pursued the witness into a house, where the object was said to hover stationary for nearly 1 hour. At 2:30 a.m. in nearby Lebanon, Ohio, the Ohio State Highway Patrol began receiving calls from startled motorists reportedly observing unknown aircraft. One caller claimed that an object was observed hovering over Route 63 and 741. Other calls were placed to the Warren County Sheriff's Departments, where the unknown object was said to hover only 40 feet off the ground. 1 hour later, Ohio State Highway Patrol officials finally took action when a phone call was placed from the Warren Correctional Institute, a prison facility adjacent to the Lebanon Correctional Institute. When the lights were reported hovering over LCI, Ohio State Patrol officials notified the Warren County Sheriff's Department, where an officer was dispatched to the scene. By 4 a.m., according to the OSP log, the situation had become an incident, and multiple security personnel were listed as being witnesses to the disturbance. The reported object, visible only from certain vantage points, was reported to hover 40 feet from the ground and said to change shapes. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base was alerted and denied having any experimental aircraft in the vicinity. Furthermore, Wright-Patterson officials claimed to have no radar track of the airborne object. Calls continued to come in from motorists and area residents for several days after the event, describing a UFO that departed northbound along Route 741, a course which, curiously, puts the object along a flight path towards Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in nearby Dayton, Ohio. An attempt was made to obtain videotape recordings of the UFO incident that were said to have been taken by security cameras at the Lebanon and Warren Correctional Institutes. Appeals were placed to the Ohio Bureau of Corrections and Rehabilitation, as well as the Ohio Attorney General's Office, for release of this information and material that would have been recorded on videotape by operators in the security headquarters control room. Despite witness testimony to the contrary, these public agencies deny having any such video recordings in their possession.